Hi, so for this particular video, we'll be looking at this second question, which says, with the data below given, so using if and case construct, we should write Java programs that create a class named student type and accept from the keyboard a character indicating the type of student in the footer, displays the appropriate type of student, or display a message invalid the student type. So quick solution on that. So we've declared a class student type with the main method. So for this particular method, we will be for this particular solution, we will be interacting with the user's keyboard, like the input. So with that, we will need to use the scanner utility from Java. So let's quickly import it. So import java util.scanner. So this will allow us to prompt the user to type in something. So what we need to do basically is to declare a variable of scanner type. You can call it input, so which will be new scanner, and in bracket system.in. So that's basically what we'll be using to prompt the user to enter a value. So what do we need to accept from the user? So we need to inform the user to enter a value. So enter your studentship type. So we can add options to say U or P. So let's run this. So enter your studentship type, U or P. So this is basically showing a prompt message, but we need a way to get the input. So to get the input, we'll be using this input variable, which is an instance of the scanner and the system input generator instance. So using this input, you can say string status or type or anything is equal to input dot next line. So there are so many methods we can use on the input. We have next boolean, we have next byte, next double, next float, next int, next line for string, next long, next short, but I'm not so sure there is next char. We actually need the character, but I'm not so sure there is a method to read a single character from the user. So we'll be using the string. So let's print out the value. So based on this online editor that I'm using, so we need to enter the input ahead before running the code. So let me enter P. So as you can see, this is the value I entered, this is the output. So if I should enter U, you can see the value here. So we're now asked to write two sets of codes. So we need to write the if and the switch case. So for the if statement, so all we need to do is to say if status dot equals U, then we want to do something else. If status dot equals P, b, we want to do another thing. So we're asked to log or print a message based on the status type, whether it's undergraduate, postgraduate, or invalid student type. So to do that, we'll say string output is equal to, so by default we can basically assign it to invalid student type. So this will be the default, and if the status is equal to u, so we can just change the output to undergraduate. So else we can basically just change it to postgraduate if it's b, postgraduate, and then we print out the output. So as you can see, undergraduate, postgraduate, and if you enter something else, we get invalid student type. So this is the if statement. And one thing I was informed of is to try and add comments to our codes. So this will be for the if statement. So for the switch case, we just need to do switch and then pass in the status, and we can do case u. We say I want to assume this is the syntax. I haven't written this in Java, so we say output is equal to undergraduate. So we can do break case b, output is equal to postgraduate, break, and then by default we'll set output to invalid student. So we can actually remove the default here, and for the if statement we can just say else output is equal to this, and if we were to comment this out, and let's check the switch statement. So yeah, it's actually working, as you can see. So this is basically the switch statement, and this is the if statement. So whichever one you we're actually asked to write both, so we just have to write both switch statement.